Welcome back to Life as Mrs. C. My name is Lydia.
Hi, my name is Ruth.
And in today's episode, we're looking at something juicy. Marriage spices.
Marriage spices. Lydia, what are you talking about? Marriage spices at your age.
Marriage spices.
What are marriage spices?
You know what do spices do to food? You know, they add flavor, they make the food more exciting.
Exactly.
So it's the same idea.
It's the same principle, definitely. I agree. So there is things that you need, which are the main food, you know. So we're not talking about those things, we're talking about the things that you put in that food to just finish it off, to complement.
So if you're watching us for the first time or you've been with us and you haven't yet subscribed, we are waiting for you to join the Life as family.
Come on through, join us and press the subscription button as well as the notification bell.
Yes. All right, so let's get started. What's our first point, Ruth?
The little things do matter.
Yes, what are these little things? You know, most of the times I think, you know, we take it for granted. Things like running a bath for a spouse, and here we're not talking about women duties or men duties. No, we're talking about marriage spices. So whoever is married, you know, whoever is wishing to get married, you know, you can take notes.
Exactly, absolutely.
So running a bath, sometimes it could be even just, you know, a cup of tea. Warming up a hot water bottle. In the winter when it's cold, you come back from work. It's those little things, like they just do wonders, you know. Ironing, your friend is running late, you even know here they are busy, but you just say, you know what, today I'm going to iron your shirt, I'm going to iron your dress. Let's get your life easy. It's I think the little things that matter are the things that make one's life easier.
Definitely. And everybody has their own little things that matter. So it's up to you to recognize, oh, my husband likes this, oh, my wife likes this, my spouse likes this. It's understanding what are those little things. Like Lydia said, for me, making me a cup of tea, for example, you know, busy day, just randomly, like that means so much. So it's not just doing things that they tell you to do, or what people say, a woman should do, or a man should do. For you, if opening the door is, if a man opening the door for you is a nice thing, and your husband recognizes that, then that's wonderful. But for someone like me, I think once in a while I recognize it, but it's not something that really, it's not the little thing that matters to me. So it has to be a little thing that matters to your spouse, and recognize those little things, and definitely add those to your main meal.
Also, you know, like phone calls, text messages. I've heard people say like, you know, after being married for a long time, like people rarely call each other in the day because they're just like, I'm gonna see her when I get home. What's the point?
I need to check.
But it's nice, you know, receiving a random text, somebody telling you they miss you, or they have something really nice to say, like, honestly, I love the way you do this, and I enjoy this, I enjoy that. You know, it's good.
It definitely is.
Even just a phone call, like, I'm calling to check up how is the day going.
Definitely, I love that. For me, like, you know, when my husband, especially when you're busy, you're so busy, and then you just have time to look at your phone during lunch, and you see someone's like, how's your day going? And it's just so nice. You're just like, it's going horrible, I'll tell you about it when I get home. But it just, the little things really do matter, and it's recognizing those little things.
So I think we've exhausted that point, haven't we? Well, not that we've spoken
There's a lot more.
There's a lot more, but obviously
that's
just
a few examples.
And the second one is
dating each other.
Tell us about it.
You gotta date each other.
What do you mean?
Why do you need to be dating? You've already gotten the prize. Well, you do need to date each other because you know what? You need to spice up the marriage, isn't it? So you need to spice up the marriage. You've got all these core things that you're doing. And remember when you were dating, it was just so nice when he took you out or she took you out. You got dressed or you just did something together. Whatever it is that you did when you were dating must have been exciting because you decided to marry each other, you know? So continue that, but you have to be intentional. You really have to be intentional. So continue being intentional about dating each other. Like you said, sending a text, complimenting each other, or and when you're married now, you can do a little bit more than what you did before, if you know what I mean. So there's a lot more that you can do. So continue to like chuff each other, make each other laugh, but just continue to remember that you have to be intentional about dating each other. You're living together, and like there's that video where we talked about personal hygiene, how sometimes you can relax and be like, oh, we're in the same house, but actually when you were dating each other, you wouldn't just go and meet him or her without brushing your teeth, without bathing. You'd want to look nice, so continue doing that even whilst you're at home.
That's so true. What you've said, the things that you did when you were dating, like there are lots of things, going for a movie.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even have to. I think the thing is when we are dating, like I feel like we spend more money to excite each other.
That's very
but
true.
But when you're married, you can actually cut down costs because you're staying in the same house.
Movie nights at home.
These days people have big screens.
Yeah.
Switch off the lights. Sit on the couch. And cinema.
Just the two of you. Turn off the phones. No distraction. Just the two. It's so true. It doesn't have to be expensive, but that could be something that you add as well to your monthly financial bills. You say, this is for our date night.
Yes.
Because you used to do that when you were single and dating each other. You used to set aside some money for that. So try and be intentional in saying, okay, you know what? Is it £50? Is it 50 kwacha? Is it 100 a month? Whatever it is that you can afford, do it for each other.
Yeah.
It just adds those little spices.
No, that's so true. Like even just showing up. Probably some people might not like it, randomly showing up at somebody's workplace.
Notice.
To drop off.
I would love it if my
I
husband
would.
came.
I think I would love it. I think I would love it.
Obviously, I don't know how you would feel like disturbing me.
I think if I arrived, you just like, so what are you doing?
Am I not gonna see you when I get home?
And I don't think he would be so bad about it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I wouldn't be offended, but it's just not
You
my husband.
know your husband.
Yeah,
do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's just not him.
Yeah.
But for me, like I would love it, and I know there are people who do that, and I think it's
Exactly.
really nice. Showing up at your husband's workplace or your wife's work, depending, like if you know the kind of scenario. Obviously, the sort of job that I do, if you show up randomly, you don't know at what point you find me because sometimes it's real mad. I'm so busy. I'm just like, tell whoever has come, I'll see them.
I'll call them later.
I'll call them later. There's no time. So yeah, depending on if you know what sort of job your spouse does, showing up, even just to say, you know what, I was in town and I just thought I should say hello, or I should see your beautiful face or your handsome face.
Don't forget to date each other because there's somebody eyeing up your spouse.
I'm even getting excited about dating.
You're like, they're dating. No, I'm warning. I'm saying there's someone eyeing up your spouse.
Eyeing up your spouse?
Yeah, there's somebody out there still eyeing up your spouse.
Out there.
Make sure you add those spices.
And I think, like when you think about spices, right? Like spices for your marriage, I think they keep you occupied to keep your eyes set on one person.
Exactly.
I think so. What's our next point? Accommodating each other.
What do you mean, Mrs.
What do we
C?
mean? Well, accommodating each other basically means like, we are different people.
Yeah.
Okay? And I think there is beauty. I think sometimes when we're saying people are different, it sort of comes out like it's a negative, but I think there's a lot of beauty in being different.
Yeah.
Like they say, opposites attract. So there's a reason why you thought, he's cool, she's cool, so let's hook up, let's get married. So accommodating each other is, noting down, taking note of the things that they like. Personality differences, appreciating and respecting, like, oh, this is how my friend thinks. It could be that you like doing something, like even functions. Probably your spouse doesn't feel like going for that function. Gladly go if they're happy for you to go along. Gladly go and just say, I am here. If you see me, like usually me, the joke that I do, if you don't see my husband, they're like, your husband never show. I'm just like, guys, you've seen me. You've seen my husband. We are one. So if you've seen me, just not my husband does attendance. So like accommodating each other, knowing when to come through for each other. And I think one of the things that I also found like helpful that makes you, accommodate each other is doing personality tests.
Oh.
Yeah. I think probably most people don't think much about it. Like doing personality tests, it gives you an idea. Obviously, it won't give you the whole picture.
Yeah.
But it gives you an idea of who your spouse is, like how they think, how they process things.
Yeah.
And it makes you accommodate them.
No, that's really good.
This is like on the technical side.
No, like, oh, that's interesting, but that's such a good tip. Absolutely. Like, you should accommodate each other. And I think that means, like you said, doing things that you might not like. And for example, for me, I don't like watching football, but I know my husband loves it.
Yeah.
So I will watch.
Right.
Guilty as charged. So I will watch, or I will sit there whilst he watches.
Should have bought a Man U t-shirt. Have you bought a Man U?
I have actually. Yeah,
oh, good.
Yes. Yes. You know, accommodating each other. Yes. So yeah, watching something that he enjoys, or like he will randomly come up to me, or I'll come up to him with something that's really interesting or funny on my phone.
Yeah.
And then he might be busy, or I might be busy, but you could easily be like, oh, just wait. But actually, you can see the excitement in them, or he can see the excitement in me, and then we just accommodate each other for 5 minutes or 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he goes back, he goes away, or I go away once I've showed him something that was interesting to me. So it's definitely accommodating each other, understanding each other's personalities, and understanding that there may be things that you don't like, and that's another video by itself, in ways in which you can handle those, but definitely accommodating each other's likes and dislikes, and just generally other things as well,
and
that you can.
finding beauty in them, really.
Yeah.
I think that's what helps. When you find beauty in something that is different from you, it becomes easier to accommodate. But if you see it as a negative, obviously, I mean, that said, there are some things that are just like negative, and you're just like, this one, my friend.
Yeah, we cannot accommodate this.
This one we can. We need to work on it together.
But we need to pray and fast. But yes.
Yeah, but there are things where you be like, no, I think that's weird. Like I can't do that. They're different. Like, sometimes my husband will be doing like jokes, like comedy stuff. I know it might be weird, but it makes me laugh. Then after some time, I'm just like, okay, time out. I
can't keep
But
going.
then I'm there. I'm just like,
yes. I'm like, oh yeah, wow, they scored. Oh my goodness,
that's exciting.
Yeah. All right, guys. Our next one. How else can we spice up our marriages?
The last one is being intentional about spending time together.
Yes, absolutely. And I think a lot of those things that we've said can encompass spending time together, but you should definitely be intentional. Life is busy, situations are busy, but you need to be intentional about spending time together. And however way you can think about doing that, make sure you do it. If it means putting it in the calendar, if it means having a regular time set each day where you have which you have for each other, if it means every month, whatever way, just make sure you have it in your calendar, in your diary, to say this is time for my spouse and my spouse alone. And as much as possible, you know what, we're living in a digital world where phones can easily distract us, television, unless it's spending time together where you deliberately want to look at something on the TV or on your phones, but definitely quality time together. So that will help to spice up your marriage, because you know what, it helps to build that friendship. It helps to build that friendship, because it's in that you can be comfortable to talk to each other about certain things. It's in the friendship you can laugh, you can joke, and you can enjoy your marriage.
I think sometimes, like, probably people might be thinking, why do you have like being intentional about time? Like, people are living together. I think, like, it goes back to dating each other. When we are dating, we actually allocate time. Like, I remember we had a specific time we could talk for. We're like, from this time and this time we're having a phone call, because obviously like it was a long distance and relationship, most parts of it. Most parts of it. So, you create that time. Even people who live in the same town, they're like, oh, I'll come and see you after work and everything. So it's taking the same idea. When I come back from work, I mean, sometimes, like, I don't know about other people, but we do like downtime. Like, when my husband finishes work, we're just not there, like, yes, so how was your day? I mean, for some people, they are happy to have those sort of conversations immediately they come back from work, but we like downtime. Okay, so he will have his time after work. Even now that people are working from home, he's working from home, he will have his time after work. And when I come back from work, I also want my time. I'm like, okay, I'm leaving everything that happened at work, and then here we are. You spend time together, so you put a block of time where you're like, this time we are spending time together, even if you don't plan for it, like you don't know what you'll be doing. It's just like sometimes, you know, like we even sit in silence.
No, it's nice. You build
that time.
You
like,
build your relationship.
like,
I'm telling you, you build your relationship, you build your friendship, and you build that relationship where you can be each other's best friends.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you next time. Yeah, literally.
Too chatty.
Yeah, guys, it's just been good being able to meet again.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you haven't subscribed, we're waiting for you. Bye.